Hello and welcome back. This is day 6 of our 10-day Improve Your Salsa challenge. While the first half of this challenge was really about making sure that our bass was really technically sound, the second half of this challenge is more about personal expression. So today's lesson is about arm styling. As opposed to the first lesson that we did about arms, which kind of examined how to use your arms as a constant in your salsa dancing, today's lesson is about how to add some accents and some style onto what you're doing. So let's get into it. For the duration of this video, I'm going to be using my Cuban salsa basic or my back basic as a template for what the arms are doing, but you can feel free to switch it up in your own practice. I'm just using this step because that's what I prefer to use. And we're also going to start with some unilateral movements, meaning I'm going to move one arm at a time, and then we'll go into some movements that require that we use both arms simultaneously. Okay, so when I'm not using one of my arms, I'm going to go ahead and place it on my waist, just so that I don't have to worry about what it's doing. I'm doing this under the assumption that this arm will be with the leader, and so I want to give you options for things that you can do when you're dancing with somebody and you have a free arm, and then also some things that you can do when both of your hands are free. So, because we're starting with just the one-handed actions, we're going to start with our right hand on our waist, and I'll first demonstrate what I'm going to do. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So I'm starting by sending my left hand out on 1, 2, 3, making sure that this arm is nice and soft and supple. The wrist is relaxed. We talked about this in the other arm movements class, making sure that our arms don't turn into robot arms, that our hands don't turn into claws. Yeah, we want to have those nice human hands that we talked about. So I send this out. 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm going to bring this into my shoulder. This is kind of curled in here. This is an action that we use a lot in salsa. Anytime that we're bringing our hand over our head, we're going to curl it in first and then bring the arm up. So let's just practice that. Curl it in, flip it over, and bring it up. Curl in, flip, and push up. So when I say flip, I'm turning my palm over. So my palm right now is facing outward. I turn it over, and then I push up toward the ceiling, and then I finish my movement by just kind of relaxing the hand at the top. So it's not in a straight line. I just kind of let it wilt a little bit, okay? So our action is out, 2, 3. On 3, I'm bringing it in, up 5, 6, and then on 7, I'm gonna allow this to drape over my head, come down my neck, and then it's gonna go back out on 1. So we go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Again. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now that we've done that with our left hand free, we're going to do the same movement, but with the right. So now placing the left on the waist, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, flip it over, drape. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now I'm going to put myself in front of a mirror so that you can see me both from behind and from the front, and we'll practice this with music. Starting with the left hand free, ready, we go, and 1. and just like the first one, we're going to practice it on both sides, but we will start with the left hand free. So I am sending my arm back with the top of my hand up. So I'm not going to turn my hand over. I'm sending it back in a circular motion. And then when it gets to the top, I'm going to let it drape over my head again. And instead of bringing it behind my head, I'm going to bring my elbow in front. So I go up, and then I'm bringing my hand to the back of my head so that my elbow can come in front, and I just kind of brush down my neck, and then it can kind of come down my body as well. So I'm always, you may have noticed this about me in my past videos, I'm always for touching your own body when you're dancing, just because I think it's a really beautiful expression of self-love and sensuality, and I feel for myself, at least, it makes me feel a lot more secure when I'm dancing, so I'm all for that. I know that it's not comfortable for everybody, so if that's true for you, bring it down, and you can just kind of separate from your body and then bring it around again. I, however, am going to, from here, bring my hand down the side of my body until it's time to scoop back again. So let's practice that with the left hand first, and then we'll switch to the right. So we go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7. Let's try that on the other side now. We go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7. One thing I have to say is when you're doing arm styling, you're gonna mess your hair up. So just embrace it. You're gonna get your hair all messy. It's fine, it's cool. All dancers do it. So now let's practice this one with music. Starting with the left hand 3, 5, 6, 7. We go 1. Both arms at the same time. So we're going to start with this one. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So we're doing that same scooping idea that we did in the first arm styling option that we had. But the difference here is now my arms are going to cross in the middle. So I'm scooping up through the middle, arms crossed, then they're going to flip over and push up, and then here I'm going to make some nice wrist circles as I bring my arms down. I love wrist circles because they make our movements nice and soft and feminine. So just practice that without the feet, arms above your head, and as you come down, I'm pushing out with the pinky, out and around, out and around, out and around. And you can decide how dramatic a movement you want to make that. Some people will make that so dramatic that it actually starts to incorporate the chest and the rest of the body. And it's just as lovely to do a nice subtle wrist circle and just let the arms fall. So that, like I said, the second half of this series is about personal expression, and I'm just giving you some templates for things that you can try, and using the information that I've given you, the isolation information and other things, you can decide how to apply it and what feels comfortable to you. So, facing away, I'm going to scoop up. You won't be able to see it when I'm facing away very well, but I'm doing this on one, okay? So I scoop. 1, 2, 3. I turn the palms over and I'm pushing up toward the ceiling. And then wrist circle. 5, 6, 7. And scoop. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And scoop. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now let's try that one with music. 5, 6, ready, we scoop. 1, 5. That using the arms makes people feel very vulnerable and open and often makes them feel self-conscious. So I wanted on this last option to give you something a little more subtle in which the arms stay closer to your body in case you're one of those people that needs to kind of ease into arm movements and feels too flashy doing things where the arms go really far away from your body. So our last option today looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now also, if you are a person that is comfortable using your arms, but you're on a very crowded dance floor, which who knows when we'll see those again, but I have faith. I have faith that they're coming back someday. So we'll pretend, in the past we used to be on crowded dance floors, you wouldn't have space to use your really exaggerated arm movements, so this would be a nice way to express through your arms with a limited amount of space. So I'm crossing. You can choose which arm crosses above and which one goes below, but I'm just bringing one across my clavicle and one like around my rib cage. And they're crossing and then opening in opposite directions, which takes my elbows out to the side. Then I'm going to drop my elbows and turn my palms toward the ceiling and just let my forearms drop down. So I cross, I turn and drop the elbows and then drop the forearms and the hands, okay? So we're going to try that. We go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. All right, now let's try that last one with music. 5, 6, ready, we go. 1, 5. 1, 5. Awesome job today. You made it through lesson number 6 of this 10-day Improve Your Salsa Challenge. Be sure to keep practicing, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.
Thanks so much for joining me for today's lesson. Leave a comment below and let me know how you did. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications for my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at Dance Doctor Online. Until next time, keep dancing.